What's a bad part of childhood? What's a not good part?
Oh shoot, a bad part. Where do I start? Maybe you should.
Sure, there's bad parts. I can think of a lot, but I'm curious. Like, what's one that you don't mind talking about?
Okay, a bad part of my time. This isn't bad. Like, I'm glad it happened, but the spankings, it's not bad. I mean, it wasn't pleasant, but I'm glad I got them.
Me too.
Spankings then, as a topic. So here's how it worked for us. Level of severity is possible of 9 combinations because you have a number of spankings or layers of
clothing on top
between
of
your ass cheeks
and the spank.
Right. So you have 1 to 3 spankings on your pants, 1 to 3 spankings on your underwear, or 1 to 3 spankings on your bare butt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That's a heavy ratio there.
And
3 on the bare butt would be like
that's exactly that's level 9. Uh-huh.
That's DEFCON 10.
Shoot, what was I gonna say?
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you.
It's
That's
okay.
just so I get that rate. I get that.
So how did it work for you, spanking wise?
I got a lot because I was super bad. I think I got on the bare butt a couple times, but the thing that you didn't want was dad to do it with either.
Oh, there are 19 levels because there was dad or mom. So 9 levels from him, 9 from mom. Yeah. Dad was worse. So if you got dad, 3 bare butt. That was the worst punishment as far as spankings go. There are other punishments.
Yeah.
But in the list of spankings, no, I think there's got to be more than that. There were 2 different paddles. Mm-hmm. None of them were particular. There was one that was worse. There was a generic one which no one cared about, but there was a personally made one, which was worse because it was made with love, and so it was the principle of the thing that hurt, and it was a shape of a. It was one, and the head of it was a shape of a heart.
No,
so it could fit your butt.
That's so sad. You luckily,
but that's why it was so scary because it was like so sinister. It was like made for this. Like, it's gonna hurt more because it was made. It just doesn't make sense. But as a kid, half of the punishment was the terror, the psychological shit.
The warfare.
You have to wait for the spanking. You have to wait for your dad to get home.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Worse than the spanking. You're like, just get home and get it over with.
Mm-hmm. It is worse. My dad was a drummer, so he used drumsticks.
He goes around and he's warming up. He's just sitting over there tapping away. He's like taking his time before he gets to spank. He's just tapping away. You're just like,
yes, that's so stupid. But yes, no, and that sounds harsh, but it wasn't.
I was gonna say hard. It's not something It wasn't a bad part of my childhood. I'm glad it happened.
You never got hit too hard.
No. Speaking of which, this is weird thing I thought of. There was a point when we just stopped getting spankings. I was like 14, and I was like, why did the spankings stop? I think they just stopped caring about punishing us, which I don't blame them. But it was funny because I was right at that age when I cared about right and wrong and consequences. And I wasn't so little anymore.
Yeah, fairness.
But then I was like, I deserve spankings. They should spank me. So it's like conflicting. I think I should have been spanked more than I was.
Really?
Yeah.
I got spanked probably as much as I deserved, which was a lot. I was super bad. I was really bad.
I remember hearing some stories about it.
No, so I've always been very justice oriented, especially growing up.
I already know the story, but go ahead.
It's always been with me, is it fair or not? And if it's not fair, I will fight for it. And then fighting for justice when you're wrong is bad. So that's also punishable. So I would compound spankings like accruing interest in like a mutual fund. I had a lot of spankings. I had a great stock in that market. I remember I'm trying to think of the last time I got spanked. I know when it was, and it was because I was being a straight up bad person to my mom. Like I was being legit bad, and I was like 14. I was way too old for spankings. I hadn't had them in maybe 4 years, and I remember I got spanked, and I was like, I'm 14, and I like laughed, and then that made her really mad, and then I got spanked more.
What'd you laugh at?
My mom.
Well, what did she do?
She spanked me. I was like 14. I was like, I'm 14.
Oh, you laughed because
she spanked me. And that, I remember specifically being like, I deserve that. But it hurt. That one hurt. I was like, wow. Mom, didn't know you had that in you, but I deserved it.
That's funny.
Yeah. That was the last time I got spanked. And I remember it because it was like 4 years in between because I think they stopped when I was like 10 or so.
Really?
I started getting grounded more.
Yeah, it's true. At some point, they just have to stop.
Yeah. I was
spanking,
constantly grounded
they go
though.
to groundings.
I was constantly grounded. I was all the time grounded.
I'll get back to you, but at one point, yeah, it was 3. At one point, I was grounded 3 months out of a year.
That's okay.
Well, it was a combination, but what was your record or whatever?
I don't want to downplay that, but that was a usual grounding for me. I'm pretty sure I had at least 5 3-month groundings.
Like as a punishment, like you're grounded for 3 months, you're grounded for 5, something like that.
There was once I was probably grounded 9 months out of the year.
Wow.
Yeah, I was super bad. I didn't care. I was like,
dude, the girls must be loving this right now.
I did care, but I cared about justice in the way I thought it was. I think I've told you this too, and I've said it before, and my family knows this is like the meme in my family now. But like one of my sisters was really good at aggravating, but she was also very good at apologizing and repenting.
Yeah.
So she would aggravate and she'd be wrong. And then I, in my just mind, would be like, I'm going to enact justice myself. And I would enact what I envisioned as a fair response to that. But then I'd get punished because that's not my job. That was my mom or dad's job.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that would alleviate any punishment my sister would get. Because, well, you already punished her yourself, so we can't do it. And I was like, but I want you guys to do it. If you say you should do it, then do it. But I did it because I didn't think you would. And then I would get punished because I was fighting for that. And so I was like, again, just
mutual interest compounding.
Mutual fun. My mutual fun spanking punishments and groundings. It became groundings.
Here's a good one. How old do you think you were when you got your last punishment?
Grounding?
Yeah, I'll say grounding because we did spankings and groundings. I think I was 16. That's my guess.
I think I remember my last fight with my parents, and I guess if you count.
No, so you always get in trouble and you always get in fights and stuff. I was talking, but there's different kinds of punishments and fights. So I was trying to make it specific. Like last time you got spanked, last time you got grounded.
I think punishment kind of evolved from groundings it was still groundings, but I had a lot of freedom when I was 17 because I had my driver's license and I bought my own car and I had a job and all that. And so I was still a bad kid then. And I just wanted to fight my parents and everything. And I remember my last fight was when I was like 17 or 18. And after that, I was just like, wait, I love those people. I don't need to, they can be right. And it's okay. And I don't have to have justice. And I don't think I've fought with my parents in a long, long time because they're just like my best friends now. But